guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. I'm pretty excited about this video, to be honest, because as you can already tell by the title of this video, we aren't in the car that I'm supposed to be in, but we are now driving towards to meet the guy that drives a 240 brake horsepower Fiesta ST 2 on hydros. So I'm going to leave it there. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and I will catch up to you when we have caught up with him. Alright, so guys, we are here with Blaine, obviously reviewing this crazy Fiesta ST. He's just going to show you around the boot build that he's got that's not actually a boot build, that he's going to be sorting out whenever he gets round to it. I'm gonna let him explain everything that goes on with hydraulics. Yeah, everything he knows, because I don't know jack shit. But it's not much of a boot build, as you can see. He's got to sort all this out. He used to use it for work. I don't know. Go ahead, explain what this is.
It's quite weird how they work, really. It's hard to explain, but there's no springs behind the wheels.
Yeah,
they're all here. So all the weight that your springs would take are on them springs.
Yeah.
And it works by, obviously, you've got the pressure inside the struts of the liquid, and obviously, say you hit a bump, the pressure goes back through the hoses, and then it compresses these springs. So that's how it takes the weight. Yeah. But yeah, obviously that's the receiver for obviously the remote. You can control it outside of the car.
He's literally got everything on a remote from this little box, so he can do it away from the car. He's got a remote in his hand, basically.
Yeah, so it's literally just a tiny little fob like that. Does A, B. There you go, you can see the springs moving there. So they're literally just taking the pressure.
Yeah. So in a weird way of explaining things, all the force that you normally get through the suspension strut at the wheels gets sent through the shock, through the hydraulic lines, and back to this little box here, which then forces this shock.
The pressure will obviously resist against the springs.
Yeah.
The springs are then obviously, it works pressure wise, it works exactly the same as a normal suspension system would.
Yeah.
Except the springs are just in a different place, and it uses hydraulic pressure to push. Which
yesterday you told me something crazy, which they hold 210 bar.
Was it 3,001 or 3,200 psi, which works out as about 210 bar.
Yeah, that's crazy.
On full pressure when it's right up.
In just these little struts here.
Yep, just in them, and obviously in the lines and everything.
It's mental. And then you can lift it up if you want.
Yeah.
It's obviously not just it's not just that little box. It's got all your
you got your tank, holds roughly about 3 litres of oil.
And then you got all your solenoids and stuff down this end, which basic stuff. Obviously, people that know about this stuff will know a lot more. But
yeah, as I say, I'm not clued up, but
me either.
Roughly, you know.
Roughly get an explanation, but by all means, this is not his boot build. This is just all sort of how he's got it at the minute, so it works. I think that's one of his things on his list to do, is to do a boot build in this, and I'm pretty sure when that's all done, we can come back to that. But right, we're gonna go for a drive and explain a bit more about what the ride is like, because that still blows my mind at how low it sits, especially how the wheels are all tucked up into the arches here. But right, I'll get back to you guys in a bit. Up and down. Can you actually get it to balance out, or does it just...
No, I need to put 0 gauge in it.
Yeah, and
it's not powerful enough at the moment. That's why I can't do it. And the valve's only a little bit open, because when you drop it with the valve right open, it just kind of hits the floor really hard.
Oh. Shot on the whole car. We're all sorted. Hydros are sorted, yeah? Didn't want to rip you up. so much. It feels like I'm in a completely different car.
If you're doing 40 minutes a second, you get some massive bangs. Or if you get around this corner and just plant your foot.
That makes me smile every time. I love the fact that it pops and bangs on like chain.
It makes the whole experience driving the car a lot better, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
There's more noise, there's more atmosphere, it certainly makes it really fun to drive. So mate, massive booms rather than like bangs.
I just literally about to say up there before I felt like I needed to hear it. When you're driving slower, between like 0 and say 25, it does feel a hell of a lot different.
I'll show you what I mean by like how you can adjust it. So I put it right up. Gets it? I mean, you feel the bumps more, it gets a lot bumpier. Down that road, that'll be awful. But then it gets nice and smooth again.
Yeah, that is so weird. After the car and you're just like, just fucking stick it in second, stick it in third. That's amazing. It's still surprising.
You see what I mean? Because it's so stiff, it's like it's on rails. You know what I mean? It's literally just takes the corners so well.
I suppose it's also because I like that. I suppose it's also because it's all stripped down. You obviously hear a lot more inside as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Power-wise, it feel much different to yours.
Definitely.
100%.
Yeah. So, I can feel the torque and the pull in mine when I put my foot down in second, but in this,
you feel it in like every gear.
Yeah, you can feel that torque and that pull in every single gear.
Just dip the clutch and give it a rev.
It annoys so many people in this.
So you get so many dirty looks, it's unbelievable. I can't give enough credit to Gareth over at Stealthwerx. He was so helpful throughout the whole thing, like, through getting the parts, what the best parts are, to actually mapping the car. He doesn't just map it, dial it, and send you off on your way. He does all the correct checks. He takes it out on the road, tests his computer, checks all the temperatures are fine. He makes sure the car is going to be 100% solid and reliable. It's not going to break on you when you get home. So he's a very good lad. He looks after you really well. And even afterwards, I've had questions about other things, or I've had problems with the car. Is it meant to do this? Blah, blah. He's always been really quick to reply. Always been really quick to help me out. So and he's good with money as well. He's a very affordable person as well.
substantial amount to get the feeling of everything. And when you're down back roads like this, it feels like a completely different ride. But when you get on the straights, it feels just like my car would.
Yeah, if you get on a normal road where it's not as bumpy,
Yeah.
then it's quite a nice flat surface. It's not so bad. Or even if you get on a nice back road where it's quite smooth, it's alright.
Yeah.
As soon as you start hitting quite big lumps and stuff, it throws you about everywhere.
Yeah. Because obviously you guys have got to think that this suspension is a hell of a lot more solid compared to normal suspension. But in a way that's sort of good because it helps with handling around corners and things like that. And from when I drove it, it definitely does stick to corners like it's on rails, just like a standard Fiesta does. And the reason I'm saying all this is because I don't want to put people off hydros, because a lot of people do get them off hydros because they think
they feel like it's weak, it's not going to take corners as well.
exactly.
Stuff like that, but in actual fact, it's better than air ride. I've been in a car on corners with air ride, and it takes corners so much better than air ride does.
Yeah, I mean, my uncle used to, when he was younger, he said he's had cars with air ride and things, and he says that they used to feel like they were on clouds. So when you were going around a corner, you'd feel like the wheels are here, body's here, the wheels would stay, and the body would roll.
Yeah, they move about. It's almost like they've got no anti-roll bar. It's just they move about so much.
Yeah, exactly.
But they are a comfy ride at the end of the day. Right?
Yeah, and I guess that's what people get them for, really, to make their car look stanced and for the comfy ride.
Yeah.
But then you can't take. I feel like you can't take a car on track when you're on bags. People say,
people say you can, but personally, I wouldn't, because I think you're going to end up rolling it, or you're not going to have the full enjoyment of going around a track.
Yeah. What questions do people ask?
I would definitely say, if you're looking to keep the handling wise of the car and be able to stance it at 100% hydros, definitely. I know it's a bit more money, it's a bit more work, but it's well worth it. And another thing that hydros have got over air is you haven't got a noisy compressor going off behind you all the time.
Exactly.
Every time you go back up, you've got a compressor going off like for another half an hour.
The only noise you get from hydros is
whilst you're using it, which is like
that little solid noise you said.
Literally, that is literally it.
Yeah.
It's just the motor going.
I still can't get over how weird it feels being in the car. Yeah, that's another downside, obviously, to airbags. You've always got the compressor going off unless you spend that little extra bit of money to get a quiet compressor, which, don't get me wrong, we're not trying to diss or slate.
No, I do like air ride.
It's
It's a good setup, but if you're putting air ride on a car that you want to throw around corners like a track car, you're not going to get very far with it.
Yeah, you're not going to get that stability that you get with hydros. So you get the best of both worlds with both things. You get your pros and your cons with hydros, you get your pros and your cons with airbags. But
I mean, I'd say the thing that air ride's got over hydros is air ride is a lot safer to run than hydros. I mean, you've got all sorts of things with hydros. You've got fire hazards. Obviously, you've got flammable oil in there, and you've got wires.
Yeah.
If you don't set it up properly, like you don't use zero gauge, or the motor jams and you don't realise the motor's jammed, it'll burst into flames, and then you've got a big oily fire in the back of your car.
Yeah, which isn't good.
Also, obviously, as I said earlier, it's running about 210 bar, which is about, I think, 3,200 psi, 3,100 psi.
Yeah.
If that shit blows up, it's going to like blow your quarter off or something like that.
The pressure from that can, to put it in perspective, can literally blow a corner off a car.
It probably, if it hit you, it'd probably kill you. Yeah. Like 100%, or it would put you in a very nasty way.
Yeah. Right, well, I think that's going to be enough for the hydros. We've probably missed loads. The video's going to be miles long.
Probably, yeah.
But other than that, what we're trying to say is hydros really aren't that bad.
No,
compared to, I mean, this is the first ever ST that I've seen on hydros.
Yeah, as long as you do it safely.
Yeah.
They're not. They're actually. I would prefer to ride over air.
Yeah.
Personally, because you can adjust it. I mean, you can put it halfway down, and it will be like a 5 Series in comfort mode.
Yeah.
But you can put it all the way up and then drop it a tiny bit, and it will be like a, I don't know, like a rally car, like stiff like that.
Just so the more obviously compression's in the system.
Yeah, the higher it goes, the more pressure you've got, and the stiffer the suspension goes.
Yeah. That's a good explanation right there.
Yeah.
I appreciate you letting me letting me come out in this car and driving it as well.
No worries. Yeah.
I mean, we've only known each other like what, 3 days.
Yeah, I think yeah.
Other than that, that is all that we're gonna talk about with this Fiesta. Hopefully, when you start progressing and doing other bits and bobs like boot build, I
do plan to go to stage 3.
Stage 3
in the near future, or maybe I've been looking at the X47R.
Yeah.
Try and take it up to like 400 brake, but
yeah,
we'll see where things go.
See how it turns out.
Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna leave all the links in the description. Make sure you go follow him. Like he said, if you've got any messages, questions, queries, anything, he's down to answer them for you, but he's not always going to be on his phone, so don't expect to reply straight away. And I might add in a little montage of some bits and bobs that I got.
Yeah.
And I'll leave it there, guys, so I'll see you in the next one.